Alright, so I'll close this file and this one as well. And let's see this one too. And well, let's assume that we have an earlier version of the file that we've installed and now we've opened that one up. For example, the file that I've linked here, I can select open and open up the link file that we have here. And this is the file that has been worked on previously in the previous project. And now we want to assign the walls that have been newly modeled here. All right, so press continue on this. And now you can see we don't actually have the walls here. Although there is an issue here, a sort of mistake, which isn't that important, but I should also mention that the walls that are reserved for the elevator here, we haven't unchecked these ones. If we had unchecked them, we didn't have to transfer these ones. Right now we can bring them, but we might get a warning, which is fine. You can manage them better yourselves. So I can open up the Dynamo, then press new here. First, get a save of this. Let's say here in the Revit old version folder, and for the name itself we can go with something such as 03-insert walls. Then hit save. So what we going to do first is open up the SAT and the CSV format files. Let me just minimize the Dynamo here. Just keep it on the side just so you can also see what's happening in the project. So what we were modeling was this part of the plan, this lower part. And the first tool that we need in the Dynamo is File Path, which we can open up and then press Browse. And then open up the SAT file here. Then I'll use right click to search for File from Path, which is a tool that we always use after we use File Path in order to turn it into an object. Then put it on manual settings in order to prevent any crashes and press save. Then run, and it has identified the file path. Alright, after that I'll go over to the library and look for geometry.import and open up this one that says import from SAT. Alright, connect it to the file from path and press run. And there we go. You can see we have the file in the background. And so after this, I can go over to the library and look for wall.by_curve and height. It's this one right here where we can open it up and connect the curve to the geometry. Now what we don't have here are the height, level, and the wall type. So I'll use Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V to get a copy of these two over here. And if you remember, the CSV file included the rest of our data. You can see how interesting the process is. Alright, let me just first delete this and then go over to the library to look for data.import.csv. It's this one, and we can connect it to the file path and press run to see what we can get. And you can see it entered the exact same items. Now I'll create a code block here and I'll name it X and then 0 inside of a bracket, and then using Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V get a copy of the code block. Just double up the copies and then I'll select them and put the align selection on whichever direction you want, left, right, or top, wherever. Then change the zeros to 1 and 2 in these two code blocks. After that, we can connect them to the import CSV and press run. So the last one is the height, then we have the wall type, and the one up here gives us the level. So we can connect the code blocks to the items that we have here. So first the height, but we need to do some things first, then we can connect the level. What we're going to do is look for element types here, and then select level inside of the element type itself. After that, I'll use the right click to look for all elements of type. Open that tool up and connect it to the element types. After that, we can press run to see what we can get up to this point. Alright, and as you can see, we get a list of all the levels in the project. Then we can go over to the library and look for list dots all in this. It's this tool right here. Open it up, and then let's bring this forward a bit. And before we get to connect these, we'll have to add a element dot name in order to specify the names correctly. Alright, and now we can connect that to the list here, and the item can connect to, let's see, the first code block up here. Alright, then press run, and there we go. All of these have been specified. And now we can use the flatten tool to convert these into one, and in order to test it, we can press run. And there we go. After that, we can use the get item at index, and the index is this variable here, and the list is the element that we get. There we go. Let's just bring this also forward and then press run. Alright, and there we go. You can see it turned out fine. And the item that we have as the output of the index here connects to the level up here. Hit run, and there we go. We only have the wall type left. Now for the wall type itself, we have a repetitive process here. So we can select this part of the script and use Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V to copy and paste it. Now what we can do is, instead of selecting the levels in the elements, we can look for wall types. There we go, it's this one right here. Then the rest of the script is fine, so press run up to this point. And as you can see, we had the 300mm generic models in the project. So now I'll get another copy of the all in this that we have up here. And instead of the connections that it had before, we can connect it to the string here. And the item is the second code block. Press run after that. And there we go, we get that one as well. After that, let's use another flatten. Press run, and this one's fine as well. Then I can use the get item at index once again. Disconnect these, and we can connect the all elements to the list here, and the index itself can go here and press run. There we go, and the list itself can connect to the wall type and press run. Now it should be modeled here in the plan, which it probably has, but the discipline has been mistakenly turned to architectural, and in order to fix it, we can put it on coordination, and there we go. We get the walls here perfectly. It's the exact result that we wanted. But let me just check the structural box here in order to put it under the structural type. Alright, and then let's go over here to the graphics section and put the discipline on structural. And there we go. An absolutely unique method that you can use in order to relocate the elements from a higher version of the beam to a earlier version. It's an incredible and useful method.